Hey y'all, it's Joseph. I'm not gonna edit this one. I don't have a script. I got some bullet points, but I don't think I could write more than this without bawling. So here we go. 2 months ago, Alex Simo hopped in a Discord call with myself and Gage and told us he was dying. We thought he was gonna ask if we wanted to do the 3v3. It's about the same time as Vegas, and I remember getting into the call thinking, oh my god, how are we gonna get up to snuff on advanced so quickly? It took a different direction. In the 2 months since, Alex has been as optimistic as someone could be, given his circumstances. He's been very open about his medical struggles, and you'll get an update on them. It'll happen on his channel from his family in their own time. None of this is supposed to be public right now, by the way. It is only public because someone sniped a social post and uploaded it to Reddit. If you've seen that post, then you do know that Alex Simo has passed away. About a year ago, I became gripped with a paralytic fear. As the arc of my life moved from young adulthood to fatherhood, I became aware of the passage of time and the inevitability of death, and succumbed to a sort of death anxiety. I reached out to Alex as a confidant, and he was such an incredible help. He had a mature, nuanced, and informed take on the entire ordeal because of his consistent brushes with death. Eventually, I got ingratiated into the literature, and one book that was very helpful to me was Staring at the Sun by the scholar Irvin Yalom. In it, he talks about how many of the people with whom he speaks about death are afraid of their inability to effectuate a legacy. He then describes that anyone can achieve a sort of immortality through a process he calls rippling. As a fisherman may drop a stone in the middle of a lake, ripples will emanate outward from the disturbance. As those ripples make it to the edge of the lake, individuals sitting on the lake's bank will feel them, experience their impact, but they won't know from where they come or why. Alex was a man who cast a very large stone. He effectuated change not only among those he came in contact with, but also in his communities and his personal life. I owe everything I have to Alex. We met at a PPG event, first cast together at one of those, and within a couple of rounds, it became clear this guy was going to be my friend for life. At one such event, we booked a flight like way too early, and we were trapped in a Delta lounge for almost the entire day, something like 10 hours. In those 10 hours, we discussed everything and anything, and he basically handed me the keys to the kingdom. He told me everything about running a YouTube channel, how to make it sufficient and self sustaining. He put me in the financial position I'm in today. Without him, I could not raise a family. But as important to me as he was as a mentor, he was even more important as a friend. I miss very much getting up just a little too late, hopping on Discord to record the history of Yu-Gi-Oh! And instead yapping for 3 hours before playing the worst best of three you've ever seen. He also sent massive ripples throughout his community. He was a font of creativity. He changed how we do content. There was a period when everyone and anyone had a progression series going. To this day, you couldn't go to a YCS without a million people coming up to him, dozens per event, saying how his videos were why they got into Yu-Gi-Oh! Or because of Prague, they reunited with their college friends and they play every week, or they met their significant other through a shared interest enjoyed because of his videos. It was cross-cultural, too. He got Magic players to play a good game. But he also sent massive ripples throughout his non-Yu-Gi-Oh! Endeavors. We spoke a lot about the future, and he was adamant that he wasn't going to be the Yu-Gi-Oh! Guy forever. His generosity is incredible. His work with the Crohn's and Colitis Foundation, of course, is one extremely high point. But as is his development of infrastructure so the people suffering from those diseases always have access to utilities. What depresses me the most is that as many ripples as he sent into the world, he had so many more stones left to throw. We were talking about future plans up until the day before he passed. I ask during this time that you remain respectful of Alex. Please give his family the time and space they need to grieve. Be vocal about how important he was to you and our community, but please prioritize the privacy of those who knew him best. Rest easy, friend.